Hello. Welcome to another edition of What's Up, Missoula. I'm your host, Rikki Danielson, and with us today we have Shawn O'Brien. She's the director of the University of Montana's Teaching with Film Institute. Welcome to the show, Shawn.
Nice to be here, Rikki. Thank you.
So tell us, what is the Film Institute and when does it run?
All right. Well, the Teaching with Film Institute is a fairly new summer program at the University of Montana. And it was designed in part for teachers who want to learn how to effectively incorporate film into the classroom. And we are running 4 classes this summer. The first 2 classes will run July 16th through the 22nd, and the second 2 classes July 23rd through the 29th.
Okay. And so now you said that it was originally designed for teachers. And so now what's going on?
Well, we have teachers in our classes. We also have students in our classes. It works well for both. And actually, that's the way I prefer it, because it's really good to see, to have university students with people who are out in the world and are teaching. And I just find that it's makes the classes more interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what you're going for is to teach them how to put their ideas on film, or how are they supposed to utilize this?
Well, the classes will vary, right? So I teach one class, and I also co-teach another class that the Institute is offering. And so I'll just maybe talk briefly about my Making Movies Just Do It class, which I co-teach with Michael Murphy. Mm-hmm. And basically what we do in 1 week is we take people through the very basics of script writing and production. So they put together a script, we give them a few principles, they learn the camera, they learn editing principles, and Michael does a little something on acting. And of course, we can't spend a great amount of time on any of these particular topics, but the results have been great, and the quick and dirty approach tends to be really effective.
All right. And so these projects, when you're talking about teaching people to use them, in a school setting where they can use the film to express some kind of project idea they have?
Well, we have 2 types of classes. I mean, one involves production, where people and people don't have to be involved in production or teach production in order to use these classes. Our production class, for example, teaches people how to put together a class project using just a camera. We do in-camera edits. And so, for example, it could be a drama class, it could be an English class, it could be a history class. Mm-hmm. And what I have found in the classroom is that I have used these little shorts in my philosophy classes. I say, okay, let's produce a philosophic short with philosophic theme X. Mm-hmm. And what I find is that it really engages people in the themes, so mm-hmm. it can really deepen their understanding of the themes. And of course, they have a ton of fun putting together a little piece. So that's production. But we have classes that don't involve production. So for example, Gary Kerr is going to be teaching film as anthropology, mm-hmm. and he's going to be looking at a variety of films, some on the Inuits in Alaska. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be doing some on actually chimpanzee cultures. He's going to take a look, I believe, at Nanook of the North. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be looking at these documentaries from an anthropological perspective. And then they're going to be critiquing the documentaries as anthropology as they go.
Now, is this part of your program, or is just something that he
this
idea?
This is part of the program. So the 4 classes that are involved in the program are Gary Kerr's Film as Anthropology, my philosophy class, which is The Good, the Bad, and the Indulgent, mm-hmm. Angelica Lawson's Native American Studies class, which is Native American filmmakers, mm-hmm. and then the Making Movies that I talked about that I'm co-teaching with Michael Murphy.
Okay, and the Making Movie class, is that just the only one that's in the summer, or are those other ones in the summer?
No, all 4 are in the summer. So okay. The first 2 classes go from July 16th through July 22nd. And those two classes are The Good, the Bad, the Indulgent, and Gary Kerr's Film as Anthropology. Then the last two classes, the Native American filmmakers and making movies, are the next week, July 23rd through July 29th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when people sign up, are they signing up for all 4 of these?
No, you just sign up. I mean, last year I had, I think, 3 students take my first class that was offered 1 week, and then they stayed on and took my second class. So we went straight 14 days, about 7 hours a day. But we had a ton of fun, and really it's amazing, given that format, what you can learn.
And so you might have students this year repeat, or come in to take the other 2 classes that they weren't able to take because they couldn't go 2 at once.
Right,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And so how many credit hours did you say?
They are 3 credit hours.
For each class?
Yes, because there's a full 45 hours worth of work.
So it's 9 to...
It's a 9 to 4:30 with an hour for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And it's over, is it at the philosophy department that you teach this?
No. Well, we're actually holding the classes at the Davidson Honors College, which is great because it's great. It's got extra rooms for filming, and also it's got air conditioning, which in mid-July these days is quite important. Yeah.
Now that program, that college is at the university campus, right, sort of in the middle of the campus.
Yeah, it's right around the Oval.
Yeah, yeah, I think my daughter went there one summer for something. So now, when you have these classes come together and you're in the film production class, they work in teams, is that correct?
Yeah, we generally have teams of 3 people working together, and so we tell them, you've got to write a script for 2 people because you've only got a team of 3 and you need somebody behind the camera, right?
Okay.
And so we put people together in groups of 3, and then at the end of the week they have a video short, a 1 to 2 minute video short.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then those videos are shown on MCAT.
Yes.
And also you said you have some kind of a little tiny festival.
Yeah,
at
the end we have a film festival, and
to
we have
see
pizza,
what each team
came
up with.
Right.
Okay, and how long has this program been? Just a couple of years now?
Yeah, this is our 2nd year.
Okay. And then your background is, you do have a film background, though. You've been...
Well, I do have a film background. I received my PhD in philosophy. And but then I started taking film classes because I was very interested in production, and gradually I brought the 2 together. And film and philosophy really do make great bedfellows. I find that if you can show a film that illustrates the philosophic point that you're going to try to get across, it's highly effective if it's on the mark. And I've also learned that in my production classes, if I bring up philosophic themes, then those themes tend to really deepen their production.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm very happy with the 2 working together.
Yeah. I think I've seen some of your film work with Chuck Jonko when you went up to, you were part of that.
Yeah, we made a
theirs?
documentary. There was a number of documentaries made on the trip up to Churchill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are just many, many results that can come from this sort of initiation program to let people, you're basically showing them how to get these things on film.
Yes, how to get things on film, the basic principles. And we certainly don't pretend that this is, an exhaustive course by any means. But after taking this course, people do not watch films the same way that they did prior to taking this course, and they have a pretty deep appreciation of what it goes into making a good film.
And you told me there were a couple of people that started to study film since then.
Yeah, I mean, since taking my film course, I've had a number of people go on to grad school. Just recently, we had 2 people that got accepted into the documentary program in Bozeman, the Natural History Documentary Program, which is an excellent program.
Good.
I had another student that went to Austin, Texas, and went through that graduate program.
Okay.
So yeah, I have had people realized that this is what they wanted to do.
All right.
Even
And-
though they were just initially taking the class for fun.
And do you know if any of the teachers that have taken the class have been using those theories to help their students produce films?
You know, it's interesting. My guess is that they probably have. I can't say for certain that they have, but I know the teachers that have taken the class have been really thrilled, and we're very excited about bringing the principals home to, you know, to their own classroom.
Okay. And then you use MCAT equipment, right? You said that.
We have used a lot of MCAT equipment in the past, and we are very grateful to MCAT. They've always been highly cooperative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully a lot of those people will realize they can come into MCAT and
Yes.
keep using the equipment here.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, why don't we watch a little bit of, introduce what we're going to look at.
Okay, so we're just going to look at, I think, 3 shorts that we did last summer.
Okay.
And so these shorts will run from 1 to 2 minutes, and they were produced by people who basically had virtually no production experience. So when they came in at the beginning of the week, no production experience. This is the outcome of just a 1-week class.
Okay, we're going to show the first 2.
Okay.
And so anything we need to know about either one of those first?
I think they speak for themselves, yeah.
Okay.
I think they're quite creative.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Craig, we'll take a look at those when you get a minute here.
Don't freaking yourself. Go in and go out.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Oh, Lord, sorry. God.
What's taking him so long? Hey. 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 Hello.
You shut.
You're freaking idiot.
God.
Don't worry, he's coming.
I still don't see why I couldn't go with him.
Because you're a freaking idiot.
You're an idiot. Took you so long.
Shut up. There's this really hot girl and she was totally checking me out. I still got it, man.
Really? Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Somewhere. Here it is.
Wow, she totally like it.
That's a really pretty ring. Can I hold it?
Christ, no.
Well, you're right. I think she will like it. That's nice. Thanks.
Oh, I think she's just gonna love it. I think she'll think it's great.
I love weddings.
Yes. Yes, this is Chef Fifi. Hello, Mr. Angles. How are you? Oh, yes. We actually have one slot open tonight, 7:30. That's good for you? Okay. Let me just get you in here. Okay, GELS, got it. And that's party of 4. Oh. Yes. Okay, just let me confirm that. That is Angles, party of 4, 7:30 this evening. All right, Mr. Angles, we will see you tonight. Yes, Mr. Morgan. How are you? Good, sir. Actually, we are full tonight, but it's you, Mr. Morgan, so I'm gonna go ahead and slip you in at 9 o'clock here. And that's you and the missus. Yes, gotcha. Yes, Mr. Morgan. All right, we'll see you at 9. Bye-bye. What can I do for you today, sir?
Hey, how you doing? I really need a table for 4.
I take it you don't have a reservation?
No, I don't have a reservation, but could you help me out this time, I think?
Sorry, sir. The tables are full this evening.
Oh man, this is really if there's one time you could maybe break the rules or something, this is the time to do it.
Sorry, sir, you do not have a reservation, and we are booked to capacity this evening.
My wife's gonna kill me. Do you have a wife? I don't know if you know what it's, but this is.
Yes, I do have a wife, sir, but that has nothing to do with the situation right now. This is an exclusive establishment. People call in weeks in advance to make reservations.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but this is kind of a special circumstance. Man, you see this wheelchair? I just got run over by a bus. I know that sounds like a sob story, but it's true.
Sir, I understand you have a wheelchair. I mean, I start bending the rules for people with wheelchairs. I have to bend the rules for other people with handicaps. Where does it stop, sir? Where does it stop? I'm sorry. There's really nothing I can do.
Well, this is really a my mother-in-law's sick. She's got cancer, and this is where they went on their anniversary. She's 70 years old. She's probably not going to make it for another couple of years. She's sick. I mean, we got to do something.
Sir, there's really nothing I can do. I've explained to you once. I've explained to you twice. This is an exclusive establishment with reservations. People make reservations. Okay, if you don't have reservations, then I cannot slip you in. I cannot cross anyone off the list for you, sir. I'm sorry.
My wife's parents made reservations 50 years ago, maybe before you were quite as exclusive as you are now. I don't know, man, but can't you just bend the rules this one time?
Sir, that's a very rude comment. You do not need that. I've explained the situation to you, and now I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, you're going to ask him to leave. You can't just, look at that ledger and make a mark. You can't just change it. Who the frickin' you think you are, man? You come to my country. You come, there were working people here before you
Idiot.
showed up and built your frickin' restaurant. If you ever been to war,
You're freaking.
you're going to tell me what, man? Huh? You make a
Frickin'
reservation now.
You're freaking idiot.
I don't appreciate your tone. I don't like that smirky smile you just gave me, and I'm going to have to ask you to leave, or I will call security.
You little pipsqueak. Fine. You know what? I think I figured out what you want. You want this, don't you?
Well, how much do you have there, sir? Hello, Mr. Engels? Yes, I'm sorry, but we've had something come up, and I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to fit you in tonight. Yes, I'm sorry again, sir. Well, you have a good night, and hopefully we can accommodate you another evening. Thank you. Bye, sir.
Okay, so we're going to have to do some bleeping there, and people might have noticed that. So now, who were these students that did those projects?
One was a philosophy student, one was a creative writing major. Actually, there were 2 writing majors. One writing major was behind the camera, and the other writing major was the guy with the hat on, and then the philosophy student was the maitre d'. Yeah.
Okay. So they have to write these scripts. Everything has to happen within 1 week.
Within 1 week, yeah.
They write the scripts. They choose which one they're going to use because everybody writes a script.
Right, yeah.
And then film it, figure it out and film it. Yeah,
film it, do the storyboard, figure out what shots they're going to do, what angles they're going to use, and yeah.
Okay. Well, good job. They
Well,
told their stories.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Now, in the first one, I was a little confused about what was going on there.
Okay, the first one was supposed to be somewhat comedic and throw you off because it looked like these guys were gangsters and that they were waiting for some sort of shifty deal. And then what happened is that the guy brought a wedding ring that he was going to give to his girlfriend. And
Okay.
so they all softened. So the idea was, in terms of the shift in, the shift in the script was that it was looking like these were bad guys, when in fact they were not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me now because I was
Yeah.
sort of like, what? But now I see that. Very
Yeah,
good. So that's how you're using philosophy in there. Yeah.
Well,
or they used it.
Yeah, and
To show.
some of these two weren't necessarily philosophically driven.
Yeah. But they were trying to keep people from stereotyping, I guess. or
Yeah.
Realizing that. Yeah. Very interesting. So, and that's they got a lot done in that short period
It is a lot.
of time.
I mean, if people haven't done production, they might not know exactly how much that takes. But for those people who have done any production, it's a lot to learn all of that and put something coherent together in just a week.
So did they edit it too within that week?
Actually, because there's not time to learn editing programs on the computer, I just do in-camera edits. And in-camera edits work quite well with digital cameras. And I really like the idea of in-camera editing, especially for beginners, because it makes people shoot very tightly. The dialogue is tight. Everything really tightens up. And a lot of times my in-camera projects, I think, are in some sense better than the projects where people actually edit on the computer.
Okay, so explain in-camera editing.
Well, basically, so let's say that you and I were going to shoot something, and we had scene 1, shot 1 and 2, scene 2, shot 1 and 2, and we had it all laid out. Well, what I would do if I was going to shoot you, and we were going to get a medium shot of you, and then we were going to get a close-up of the bottle. Let's say it was a bottle of booze. So we get a medium shot of you, let's say riding, and then we go in for a close-up of the bottle. What we do is we get the medium shot of you, we cut, we rewind the camera at just the place where we want to cut in the shot of the bottle, and then we shoot the bottle.
Okay.
And again, with the digital cameras, you can do that very effectively because they're very precise in terms of where you stop and where you start.
So everything's shot in sequence.
So everything is
Yeah.
shot in sequence.
Very
yeah.
good. Yeah, I think that's a great way to learn.
It really is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and so we have another piece that we're going to look at.
Okay.
And maybe you should tell us a little bit about that, or?
This is another comedy. It's really interesting. A lot of the students, well, a number of the students choose to do comedies, which I think is always daring because comedies are, hard to pull off. And so I'll let you guys judge for yourselves.
Okay.
That looks really good. Can I try, please? This is good. Is it mozzarella? Jack.
You know how much I like her. She's really great. But she stole my sandwich again.
You've got to stand up for yourself. Otherwise, she'll do that every single day.
Is that tuna?
Yes, it is.
Hey, do you know that guy over there? Huh? No.
Okay. Yeah, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it did.
It's hard to pull it all off. I know I've made some films myself. I know what that's like.
Oh yeah, there's a ton that goes into it.
Especially when you have time constraints, but I can see that, you know, you're really teaching them how to move the story along and do all the work that's possible to communicate whatever it is they're trying to communicate.
And I think they came up with some interesting angles and creative shots, the bathroom shot, and yeah, I'm always, you know, delightfully surprised at what they can come up with.
Yeah, personalities were revealed. It was pretty thorough. So,
yeah.
Well, that's excellent, Shauna, and good luck with this program. I know that you're encouraging people to come and call, and and you said that they can register. Didn't you say they can register right up until the last minute?
Well, you can. We prefer,
pretty much.
Yeah, we do prefer that you register early so we know how many we're dealing with and we can get the equipment ready and that sort of thing. But yeah, registration will be open until the end.
Okay.
And for those who are admitted to the University of Montana, you can just register right on CyberBear. And for those who are not, you have to get admitted to the university first. And maybe I should just give the name of the 4 classes, or the numbers of the 4 classes.
Okay.
Film is Anthropology is Anthropology 495.
Okay.
Native American Filmmaking is Native American Studies 495. Making Movies is Media Arts 495. And The Good, the Bad, the Indulgent is Philosophy 444.
Okay. Well, everyone's heard that, I hope, and please sign up for Sean's class if you're at all interested. And thanks for joining us today on What's Up, Missoula.